Hi everyone, Ross here from McGibbon Reptile Photography. And today I'm introducing one of Australia's most iconic little reptiles, the Australian thorny devil. Now thorny devils are a small lizard belonging to the 𝗧𝗛𝗢𝗥𝗡𝗬 family, and they have a total length of around 21 centimeters. Now thorny devils are a pretty harmless, inoffensive animal, and unlike other lizards, they have no speed, no strength, no large claws, and no sharp teeth or venom to help protect themselves against predators. So how do they survive in such a harsh environment in the wild? Well, by having some really cool adaptions and other ways they can deter predators. Now the most obvious way they can deter predators is they are covered head to toe in sharp thorn-like spines. And the two spines on the top of the head resemble a devil, and this is obviously where it gets the name thorny devil. And these sharp, rigid spines make it really hard for predators such as snakes and goannas to seize and hang on to these lizards. And if that's not hard enough, the spines make it almost impossible for these animals to swallow a thorny devil. And if these sharp spines aren't enough to deter predators, thorny devils have one more trick up their sleeve, and that's in the form of a false head made from bulbous tissue located on the back of their neck. And the way that this works is if they're threatened by a predator or attacked, what they do is they lower their real head to the ground and present the false head on the back of their neck to the aggressor, and this protects their real head from any damage or danger. So should a thorny devil need to escape a dangerous situation, they are capable of short scuttles, but they also have an adaptation to the way they move, so they are less obvious to predators. They walk with a slow, jerky gait and employ a mid-stride pause. And this method of movement is less obvious to predators, especially birds of prey, because it mimics something swaying in the wind or blowing along the ground. And another cool thing about thorny devils is their diet. They feed exclusively on ants, and all they need to do is sit by a trail of ants and consume as many as they like as they walk past. And thorny devils can actually consume thousands of ants in a day. And it's because of this specialized diet that they aren't allowed to be kept as pets, which disappoints a lot of reptile keepers in Australia and around the world, but it is in the best interest of the animal. And I've saved the best piece of information for last, because probably the most fascinating thing about thorny devils is that they live in some of the hottest and driest parts of Australia where water is difficult to come by. So to overcome this issue, they have another amazing adaptation to obtain water to drink. Because of the specialized capillaries in their skin, all they need to do is come into contact with water with any part of their body, and moisture is collected by the capillaries in the skin and funneled towards the mouth, or wicked towards the mouth. And this allows thorny devils to obtain moisture from the air on a cold, dewy morning out in the desert, or even from rain just by standing in a downpour or even in a puddle. And that is an absolutely fascinating adaptation which allows these animals to persist in some of these really hot, dry parts of Australia. So that about wraps up this piece on this fascinating little Australian reptile, the Australian thorny devil. I'll now leave you with some of my favourite photos of these animals from around Australia. And if you'd like to purchase any of these prints, please head over to rmrphotography.com.au. Thanks for watching and take care, everyone.